Hello, guys. Welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Today is Tuesday, March 4th. March is already kicking off in high fashion. It's going by really fast already. It's almost the first week of March. May. I'm sorry. Uh, get March and May mixed up because they both start with a letter M. But didn't feel like March came and went as fast as it did. And then April. Now we're into May. Then first up here in this video this morning, we're going to start off with the DVDs. We got Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Sonic. Running time is approximately 88 minutes. It's basically the length of a feature film here. I think it's episodes though, because it's saying, yeah, they've got like 4 themed episodes. Sonic Boom, I think it's saying. Sonic and Sally, Super Sonic, and Sonic Racer. It's from End Circle Entertainment as well. From 1993, from Sega, of course. But this little guy's been around for quite a while. My son's always been more partial to Sonic over Mario, whereas I'm more partial to Mario Brothers as opposed to Sonic. But I heard a sequel is in the works for Sonic here. Not sure when it's coming out. Probably 2022, somewhere around there. But I got Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Sonic, and there's look the back. Thought at first this might be a Shout Kids or something like that, with the case being clear. But that's the 4 episodes Super Sonic Sonic the Hedgehog. Pretty neat to have that in a stack for this morning. And then I got a DC Universe original movie, Justice League: The New Frontier. It's a commemorative edition. It does have, I'm not sure who this person is, but it does have a signature down here. Lower, be my right, your left. PG-13. 75 minutes on this. It has a select amount of special features from 2017 and was packaged designed in 2008. It has such superheroes as Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Martian. I think it's Martian Manhunter, I believe. This film was directed by David Bullock as well. Has such voices as Miguel Ferrer, our late great Miguel Ferrer, Neil Patrick Harris, John Hurd, Lucy Lawless, who played in Xena, Kyle MacLachlan, Phil Morris, and Kira Sedgwick. So they got a pretty good cast of voice. Well, not really all of them voice actors per se, but I guess it does make them a voice actor now that they've done this. But really good ensemble of actors for doing the voices of these characters. And that's Justice League: The New Frontier. And then next up here, I got an R.L. Stine's Mostly Ghostly from the creator of Goosebumps, Madison Pettis, Sterling Beaumont, Luke Benward, Noah Cyrus, Ali Lohan, and Sabrina Ryan. It's from Lookout Entertainment from Universal Pictures. Full frame on this one. 1 hour 38 minutes. It's a 178 by 1 anamorphic widescreen aspect ratio. 5.1 Dolby Digital, and it does have subtitles for the hearing impaired in English, Spanish, and French. That's Mostly Ghostly. Don't really know much about this one other than R.L. Stine made it, so it's kind of like what you'd call as a spin-off of Goosebumps, if you will. Goosebumps for R.L. Stine had kind of run its course, and then he started delving into other forms of kids horror kind of like literature and stuff, and then made them in they made them into films based on his book. Well, like short films, not really full length, but. Next up, I got a movie starring Kate Winslet and Ralph Fiennes, The Reader, the year's most provocative thriller, Academy Award winner, Best Actress, and Kate Winslet. The Weinstein Company, rated R. Genius Products, LLC. Kind of cringy, the subject matter in this film. It's about a working class woman who experiences a brief but intense affair with a teenage boy. Probably not too highly appropriate for this, this time in our country. I don't know, just anything controversial like this. Like some people might say it's kind of pedophilic. Years later, they meet again. Anna, now a defendant in a notorious case, and her ex-lover, now a law student, hold the secret of her salvation, featuring Ralph Fiennes as a grown man still reeling from Hannah's influence. Roger Friedman says it's a moving, romantic, poignant story about the difficult distance between truth and reconciliation. So, subject matter in this is a little controversial, probably to a degree, but at the end of the day, it's just a film. So that's The Reader. And then I got Paulette Goddard and Diary of a Chambermaid, Very True Confessions of an Untrue Girl. It's directed by Jean Reno. From 1946, it's black and white, 86 minutes, a 137:1 aspect ratio. It's from Olive Films here, guys. So I got an Olive, and I didn't even really realize it. Does have Burgess Meredith in this as well. So I'm trying to see if there's any other actors I recognize. Pretty much it. I don't really recognize some of the the names. That's Diary of a Chambermaid. Sorry about the glare there. And then I got a horror film. I just wish there would have been a little bit more horror in this wave. It was a really solid wave. But like I said, the lack of horror is my problem in this wave. But as per se, it was overly solid. It didn't have a lot of Echo Bridge anymore. There's some other things that I like too, better in this wave. A little bit more variety. Mackenzie Vega and Bill Sage. Fender Bender. Yeah, and that was the thing. It didn't have repeats like past ones had, like with all the animated stuff like Top Cat, some other ones like Furball, Spy Cat, some of the animated ones that you've seen countless times in the waves. It's a crash course in terror. This is a Scream Factory too, by the way, guys. Let's see. We ended up going back last night, and I landed quite a few Blu-rays last night. It was at the store we didn't normally go to. Surprisingly more picked over than that, because they had put them out on at least Thursday or Friday. I don't know if people, just didn't get to the store. But this movie clocks in at 91 minutes. 235:1, 5.1 stereo sound. Anamorphic widescreen. Well, I didn't even know this was a Scream Factory. Has a little bit of special features, nothing to get all excited about, but still does have some special features on it, and that's Fender Bender. And then I got Karma. What goes around comes around. Doesn't say that part, but this too was a Cinedigm title, accompanied with Cinetel films. When recent college graduate Manny has trouble making ends meet, he takes a job evicting delinquent tenants. He soon finds himself at odds with a karma demon that stalks him at every turn. So this is kind of like a little bit like 99 Homes with the plot, mixed with obviously more in the vein of horror, but in this case it would be like taking 99 Homes and taking Andrew Garfield's character in that and and then adding the demonic or whatever the demon. Yeah, the demonic presence that's in this, kind of like taking 99 Homes and sticking a demon in it. That's kind of like the plot of this one. Cover's kind of different. It's kind of weird, like different. I like the font that's on it here at the top though, but really memorable cover, but not because it's that great. It's just it's just kind of like smoke on the cover, and it's just kind of neat, but you could have did a little better, I think, with it. This is a Kmart nostalgic find here. Midnight Horror Collection, The Devil's Partner, Black Dragons, Monstrosity, and Night of the Blood Beast 4-movie set here from Echo Bridge. 262 minutes on this one. Devil's Partner stars Ed Nelson, Bela Lugosi, and Black Dragons. Monstrosity is Erica Peters. Night of the Blood Beast is Michael Emmett. And the shortest... There's actually a couple short films on here. Black Dragons and Night of the Blood Beast. They're about 2 minutes past an hour on... so 62 minutes on both of those films. While the other two... Monstrosity 65 minutes and The Devil's Partner is the longest at 73 minutes. So these are really short films. So if you go into this thinking they're like 4 feature length films, they're kind of more like just overextended episodes, more or less. Kind of like almost like you could treat it as one big anthology in a sense, I'm sure. Just you have to go into the menu and get all the perspective titles. But that's the way I'd play this up. I'd play this as an anthology. It just happens to have a chapter menu, And you could call the first episode The Devil's Partner, the second one Black Dragons, Monstrosity, The Night of the Blood Beast. You could kind of almost treat it as an anthology. Just they're different eras. That's more or less the difference. But that'd be kind of neat. That's the way I'd kind of play that one, just because of the length of 3/4 of these films. And that's the Midnight Horror Collection. Like I said, that's an Echo Bridge as well. And then I landed The Day Henry Met, Season 1. 26 episodes. I'm pretty sure I've never heard of this show. It's from End Circle Entertainment. 2 hours and 15 minutes on this one. I guess this little boy in this show or whatever goes around asking different characters basically how do I, like for instance, how do you stay underwater for so long, and what makes you go so fast, he says to a car, and why do you only come out at night, he says to the moon. So he's basically going around asking different figures or different types of just more or less asking different characters in his world, asking them about why things are the way they are. It's very much what's that show on PBS? I can't think of it. I can't remember. My son watches it. Has a really catchy theme song. Can't think of what it's called, but very much like he goes around asking people why things happen, and very much PBS like. But that's The Day Henry Met, Season 1. And then I got Quiequestria Girls, double feature, and it has Rainbow Rocks on it as well. This is a Shout Kids as well. Nearly 2.5 hours of entertainment on this one. 178 by 178 by 1 anamorphic widescreen. It does come complete with 5.1 Dolby Digital surround sound. But trying to see a year for is 2018. So that you can check out more fun toys and other products on mylittlepony.com. So this is a My Little Pony produced film here. Under that, banner, if you will. And then I got a movie starring Javier Bardem, Patricia Clarkson, Penelope Cruz, Kevin Dunn, Rebecca Hall, Scarlett Johansson, and Chris Messina, Vicky, Cristina, Barcelona. Fiery, crazy and sexy, seductive and funny. Already has some accolades on the front here. This is a Weinstein Company release, 2008. Clocks in about an hour and 37 minutes. English Dolby Stereo and Spanish and English subtitles. But that's Vicky, Cristina Barcelona. It's kind of a tongue-tying name for a movie, but yeah, basically two names and then a name of a city. It's kind of weird. It's not very forgettable, that's for sure. Just a little hard to say if you have to keep saying it over and over. And then I got a movie starring Teresa Palmer, however you want to pronounce her name. Berlin Syndrome. Variety says it's nerve shredding. I was told this was really good, and it's more or less, I guess it's like more like I don't know if it's like a ghost of some sort or something. I can't remember. Somebody said it started off like it was just going to be a plain Jane movie, and ends up being like, something of a different manner. Like it turns out being horror when it looks like it could be like thriller-ish or maybe about I don't know what you want to call it, like when people, when girls get taken or whatever. I mean, abduction, but like, I don't know, just the cover kind of makes sex trafficking. I guess that's what it kind of makes it look like to me. Vertical Entertainment, rated R, 2015. Palmer is mesmerizing and genuinely gripping, says the playlist. While on vacation in Europe, Australian photojournalist Claire meets Andy, a charismatic local man, and there is an instant attraction between them. A night of passion ensues, but what initially appears to be the start of a romance suddenly takes an unexpected and sinister turn. When Clark wakes up the following morning to discover Andy is left for work and locked her in his apartment, an easy mistake to make, of course, except Andy has no intention of let her go ever again. So I have no idea what it's. It makes it sound like there's something going on in the movie too as well. And then I got Thomas Kincaid Presents Christmas Lodge. So it's got a Dove family approved seal on it as well. This very much looks like it could have been on the Hallmark Channel as well. It's a Vivendi Entertainment, rated G. Nasser Group North, it's saying. with 3 special features, one being the making of Christmas Lodge, a trailer, and a painting gallery done by Thomas Kincaid. 2011 on this one. Widescreen version presented. Trying to see if I recognize. Stars Mary Aaron Carpluck, finds herself at the now dilapidated lodge where she spent the holidays with her family growing up. She becomes determined to restore the building to its former glory. Inspired by her grandfather and guided by her grandmother in heaven, Mary throws herself into the project. During the process, finds herself drawn to Jack, a handsome man who loves the lodges as much as she does. So, explains why the two are on the cover, kind of going giddy over each other there. But that's the Christmas Lodge. And then I got Scholastic Storybook Treasures, the Very Fairy Princess and More Imaginative Tales. Includes interviews with Julie Andrews and Emma Walton Hamilton. The #1 award-winning children's series. It's a read-along DVD is what it basically is. It's a Cinedigm title here. More Cinedigm. Award-winning stories. Caldecott Honor Book. An ALA or ALA notable film. Supports imagination, self-esteem, and fantasy. Has 4 stories. And like I said, the interview with Julie Andrews and Emma Walton Hamilton. It has The Very Fairy Princess, Extra Yarn, The Amazing Bone, in My Garden. The Amazing Bone was from a while ago. It said it's basically 1976. My Garden from 2010, Extra Yarn 2012, and then the main feature of The Very Fairy Princess 2010. A lot of unique kids titles in this wave as well, like stuff that I've never ever seen anywhere. And then I got another Kmart exclusive nostalgic DVD here. I really hold these in high regard just because I have no more Kmarts in my area. Stars Jack Nicholson in The Wild Ride, a true king of the road. More Echo Bridge here. 411 minutes with some color in black and white. Has the main feature, The Wild Ride, followed by Slipstream, starring the late great Bill Paxton. Guilty Conscience, starring Sir Anthony Hopkins. Death Sentence, starring the late great Cloris Leachman. And funny coincidence here, Anthony Hopkins being a Guilty Conscience, and Jodie Foster playing him Mesmerized in this. So you got Clarice Starling, and then you got Hannibal Lecter in one of the other features on this set. And it also stars John Lithgow as well, and he's played a serial killer in the show Dexter. So I don't know, it's just kind of neat. And then the main feature obviously stars our good friend Jack Nicholson here, and Robert Bean and Georgiana Carter. I might watch that tonight, The Wild Ride. I've never seen anything like this with Jack Nicholson. I've heard of it. Well, no, it's a little short. I don't like to watch something that's like 56 minutes because it feels like you know more and get into it. Not that that's a knock on them, but it kind of feels like a long episode to me. That's the thing I don't like. But I will watch it at some point when I'm like strapped for time or something. Maybe I'll pop it in, but that's The Wild Ride. I might as well say The Wild Ride collection, since it's all over the front cover here. But it's be a 5-pack, more or less. Good to have something with Jack Nicholson on the cover though in this wave. And then I got Miranda Crossgrove, Carl Renner, from Good Boy, or Carl Reiner. Martin Short from Spiderwick Chronicles, the Jim Henson Company Discoveries, The Blue Elephant, a new award-winning movie adventure from the Weinstein Company. Don't know why there's so much Weinstein Company stuff in this. I don't know. Just kind of creepy a little bit. 5.1. Spanish subtitles and English subtitles as well. It's rated PG from 2008. Good, happy to get something that has Jim Henson's name on it, though. Just because we lost him at such an early age. I remember hearing about his passing. I was like, unreal. And the way he died was, I know you don't ever have an ideal way of dying, but the way he died was so, like out of the ordinary, and, it almost didn't seem realistic, because he, it's just too bad that we lost him at such an early age. Or, for any age, but mostly because, he had so much more to give to to children's learning. And then I got Pro Wrestling's Chick Fight, 8 female pro wrestling tournament, best female wrestlers from around the world, winner to be determined in a 10-foot steel cage match. This is from Chrome Productions, Black Pants. Winner to be determined in a steel cage match starring a very young Cristina Ricci, Dana Kimura, Tiffany, Nikki Rocks, Princess Suji, Hallie Hatred, Cheerleader Melissa, and Candice LeRae. So, I guess some pretty standout-ish people in this. Yeah, right there's... wait a minute. No, that isn't who I thought it was, but you could go to www.clickwrestle.com. Since the film has not been rated. And then I got The White King, starring Agnes Dane, Jonathan Pryce, Fiona Shaw, Greta Scacchi, Lorenzo Allchurch, mix of 1984, Hunger Games, and The Goonies. I think I've showed this before, but this must be an extra copy at this point. But I did get this again. You get in the store, you're not sure what you grabbed. Clock's in at 89 minutes. It's a widescreen presented film. 5.1 surround and a 2.0 stereo as well. That's The White King. One of the actors in this is from Game of Thrones, too. I'm not sure which character, because I watched the first 2 seasons, I think, of Game of Thrones, and then I just kind of thrown it away, if you will. I don't know. It's just I got caught up with other things, and it's not that I didn't like it. Sometimes for me it's a bit confusing, there's so much to follow. With different... There was, so many characters in that show. It's just kind of hard to follow. And I kind of got bogged down with other things. And I kind of just kind of lost interest. Not because it's not a good show. It's just things kind of went, things got chaotic around. And then I got a movie starring Lino Ventura, Bernard Blier, and Francis Blanche. The Great Spy Chase. Directed by... I want to say... Jorge Lautner, written by Michael Audiard. Another olive film here. The infamous arms dealer bequeaths his castle and a large collection of his patents to his beautiful young widow. These vulnerable patents would give its beholder an edge in an international arms race, so the secret services from several countries are sent to retrieve these priceless documents at any cost. French agent is sent under orders to seduce the heiress and retrieve the documents. Basically, it's spy versus spy, I guess, in this. But it is another Olive film, and I didn't even realize it. I should have knew by how obscure the title looked, like, kind of like stood out a little bit, just because it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like era pieced, kind of like not like typical Wade stuff, like cheap, I don't know, like medieval films and stuff. It's just kind of like period piece kind of stuff, like from different eras. And then I got a Joaquin Rodriguez film. It wasn't the end, it was the beginning. Curse of the Mayans. Cinedigm title here. 5.1 Dolby Digital. Does have a Cinedigm CinedigmEntertainment.com, and it's a VMI distributed title as well. Basically, it's about an American professor that discovers the manuscript and the Ark during his studies and believes he has found the key to the lost Mayan culture. So, I guess we just fill in the plot from here. I don't know if that has creatures in it, or it does say something about an alien prison and things of that nature, but it does have the alien, like an alien mothership here. But it's Curse of the Mayans. It is kind of strange how the Mayans just they were here and then they all kind of went away and disappeared. I don't know if they're trying to say they were alien abducted, or just take or running with that ideal, more or less. But that's Curse of the Mayans. And then I got It Only Takes 7 Seconds to Destroy the World. It's a Super Collider disaster film here, if you will. It's an origin film release from 2014. It's classified as sci-fi. Very much feels like it could have been on the Sci-Fi Channel. 87 minutes, and it's letterboxed as well. The largest particle collider ever built suffers a catastrophic malfunction. It opens an alternate dimension that causes a disaster on a global scale. So, very much right up Sci-Fi Channel's alley with a Super Collider. I could honestly see, and there's the spine, how it's written. It's pretty cool how it's written on the spine, actually. But that's a Super Collider. Looks like something Sci-Fi would have put on there for, their disaster week or whatever you want to call it. And I did see this one. This one stars Liv Tyler and Brad Dourif. Belle Powley and Collins Kelly Sordellet. Or Sordellet, however you want to pronounce that. It's the Wildling. Discover your true nature. And this is an IFC Midnight. Scream Factory, rated R, anamorphic widescreen, 5.1 Dolby Digital Stereo, and then 92 minutes on this one as well. It has like 3 special features on this. It has a whole slew of people in conjunction with who made it, and it's rated R. Pretty good little horror film here. And then I got Tom Sizemore and Dominique Swain in Nazi Overlord. I thought this was loose for a second. Experience the horror of war. So I don't know if this is... It does have our classic actor Tom Sizemore. He tends to do a lot of genre stuff these days, like the really cheap budgeted stuff. That's a Cinedigm title, widescreen version, 5.1 Dolby Digital. Does have trailers and the special features as well. It says against the background of the D-Day invasion, a U.S. military unit must rescue a brilliant British scientist who was held captive by the most dangerous SS guards. Deep in enemy territory, the Allies' victory depends on the success of the mission. They're saying it's a thriller with a twist. What that twist is, I have no idea. It can't be good. When in the back, it has like a skeletal imagery in the back. I don't know if they're. You can pick it out, but if you're not really looking at it too close, you can't really tell. And then it's like, bam, oh, that's a skull back there, you know. But, it's a Cinedigm title, and it does say it's from the Asylum Home Entertainment as well. So, there's a lot of companies working together, if you will. That's Nazi Overlord, and I'm sorry if anybody was offended by the Nazi mention on the disc, but that's what it says. And then I got this 2-disc collector's edition of Tin Man, Follow a New Yellow Brick Road, starring Zoe Deschanel, Alan Cumming, Neil McDonough, and Richard Dreyfuss, and Oz for a New Age. I did see this miniseries on Sci-Fi Channel or TNT or something. I know it was on one of the more main networks or channels on the cable lineup. This was actually pretty darn good. The main witch in this also played in, I want to say, Scary Movie 2. She was the girl who was wearing the furry boots or whatever in that, and kept trying to hit on David Cross, who's in the wheelchair. She's in this. It says it's an epic adventure from the Sacramento Bee. This was directed by Nick Willing as well. RHI Entertainment. 5.1 Dolby Digital. Or it's not Dolby Digital. I guess it's just English 5.1. I thought it said Dolby. 2007, and 5ND picked it up in 2010 for their movie lineup or whatever. Does have a slew of special features. Raw and Uncut with Raul Trujillo. Very much a fresh perspective on Wizard of Oz. You obviously could tell who they're all supposed to be. Obviously Dorothy, Tin Man, Scarecrow, and the Lion, and then obviously Toto. But that's Tin Man. Really happy to get that. I'm surprised that was actually in here, just because of the age of it, because it was out quite a while ago now, probably nearly 20 years ago, maybe. And then I got a HDNet World Report, Shuttle Discovery's Historic Mission. I think this was like 53 minutes. I was looking at the, yeah, 50 minutes. A Magnolia Home Entertainment from 2005. World Report cameras have had unique access to the mission of Shuttle Discovery from the events leading up to the STS-114 launch to the touchdown of the spacecraft. Relive this historic event through the eyes of HDNet's high-definition cameras. And then next up, just two more here, guys. Chase Williamson, Rob Mays, Clancy Brown, Paul Giamatti, from the director of Phantasm and Bubba Hotep. John dies at the end. Variety says it's immensely entertaining, and then this is a magnet releasing title as well. Quite a few special features on this one as well, from 2012. Nearly just a hair short of 100 minutes. Does have subtitles in English and Spanish. Punk rock Ghostbusters, that's what it's being called. Has enough trippy and original ideas for 10 movies, says the AV Club. But, then I guess it must have been distributed through Magnolia a year later after it came out. But really love the cover to this. It looks kind of like a mix of Star Wars, the way it's written as well, or something kind of like, sci-fi-ish like that. But Really lucky to get an actor like Paul Giamatti to play in this as well, and Clancy Brown for that matter. Uh, Clancy Brown does the voice of Mr. Crab in SpongeBob, in case you didn't know. Uh, he's played in. I know a lot of people give him praise for playing in Pet Cemetery 2 with being a crazed sheriff and all that, but to me, his best role that he has done to date that I've seen him in was the movie The Bride, starring the musician Sting and Jennifer Beals, about him playing a Frankenstein-like monster in that, and him befriending the little person in that. Went on to play in the show for CBS, I believe, called The Wizard. Yeah, I want to say it was The Wizard. But he befriends him and joins the circus. And I don't know, I'm not gonna really say them. I'd really recommend you pick up the Bride if you get a chance. Whether it be if you have a VHS player, you can get it that way. I recommend you get it on maybe DVD, or Blu-ray, depending on how you can get it and how you prefer it. But to me, Clancy Brown's best film, to me, has been The Bride, an 80s inspired Frankenstein's retelling, if you will. Really good film. I recommend it if you have not seen it. With starring Sting and Jennifer Beals, I highly recommend picking it up. But that's John dies at the end. And then finally, I got an unrated Blu-ray plus DVD combo pack. This is the unrated edition. Cameron Diaz, Justin Timberlake, and Jason Segel. Bad Teacher. Cameron Diaz gets an A+, says Sean Edwards of Fox TV. Includes both unrated and theatrical versions on this Blu-ray here too. So this was pretty much a steal. You're getting, double the entertainment here, and like it says, it's a combo pack. I mean, you can't go wrong for the dollar, especially. I like this one. I know it gets a little bit of hate from people saying it's not that good, and apparently this has extra raunchy footage not seen in theaters. I have no idea. That's probably the version I've never watched, because I did see this one in I want to say at the drive-in, not the theater though. It does have outtakes, raising more than funds, way behind the scenes with Jason and Justin, Blu-ray exclusives. I guess that was on I don't know if that's on the DVD for features, and then the Blu-ray exclusives are Jam's yearbook, hidden moments, interactive yearbook featuring outtakes with the cast, 3 additional behind-the-scenes featurettes, a gag reel. Says it is a Blu-ray disc live and enameled, so 185 by 1, and it does have English subtitles, French subtitles, and Spanish subtitles. And that's Bad Teacher, the unrated edition, if you will. And that concludes the video for this morning. Didn't find a lot of Blu-rays. I mean, I did last night, but prior to that, my area does not get the Blu-rays like some areas do. They tend to get the stuff like people say, like I tend to get the collections and more mainstream stuff a lot of times, I've been told. But that's my haul for this morning. I hope you enjoyed that. Please share, like, and subscribe. Ding the bell for notifications. You can hit me up on Instagram to find me there. You can go inside my behind the scenes on my channel, and you can find a little link on my physical channel. You could click on the picture of the Instagram logo on there to just click there and go there to find me that way. But you all have a good Tuesday, and I'll see you again, guys. And I'll be here in the balcony at the Emporium. See you later, guys. Bye.